Bosses, platforming, achievements, puzzles. Many games challenge us and it almost sounds contradictory. When it comes to the real world, we are constantly being challenged and stressed every day. Why would we do the same thing in the video games that we come home to? If you play indie games, then Hollow Knight needs no introduction. One of the best Metroidvanias that caused a huge spike of influence in its genre. Why? Because the game is fun. It keeps you deeply engrossed through exploration, combat, and beautiful storytelling. But I don't think Hollow Knight would have kept me as engaged if it wasn't such a difficult game. Think about it. The first boss you encountered was False Knight, an incredibly easy fight. It makes sense. You're still learning the controls of the game. But what if the game treated you like that the entire time? Each boss slowed down to a snail's pace. Each attack choreographed as if you were trying to teach a kindergartner how to dodge a punch. The game would quickly get boring to you if the fights didn't feel satisfying to overcome. In real life, we are constantly being put challenge through challenge, and occasionally we have a way of looking at this as negative. But let's say you were truly living that easy life. Where is your purpose? What pushes you to keep living day after day? Our challenges aren't just here to torment us, but they are here to keep us from becoming completely unengaged in our own lives. Weirdly enough, removing all negative emotion doesn't just equal feeling great all the time. As it turns out, most positive emotions come from overcoming a great obstacle. And without that, we are left in a limbo, a void, a depression. So, please, don't feel resentment towards those challenges you must face. Instead, look at them for what they are, something to grow from. And the only way to grow is to be taken away from your comfort zones. Hollow Knight is constantly pulling your comfort away from you with its exploration. Each area has its own swarm of enemies to learn, obstacles blocking your path, and secrets to discover. As soon as you feel you have a grasp on an area, it's time to move to a new one. This constant, ever-expanding motion keeps you on your toes as you move from area to area. Soul Sanctum has enemies bombard you with homing missiles constantly chasing the player. Greenpath has tight corridors and enemies appearing from the bushes. The Crystal Peaks have platform challenges after platform challenges, making sure your movement is tight. The beginning of the game is one of the most simple movesets you can have. Hit in 4 ways and jump. That is it. It starts you at the bottom, then slowly introduces new ability after ability. Each area teaches you and lets you experiment with each new power you obtain. Soon enough, you realize that you have gained the ability to wall jump, double jump, dash, crystal dash, cyclone slash, dash slash, great slash, quick slash, vengeful spirit, descending dart, abyss shriek, grim child, dream shield, dream nail. It slowly introduces each of these elements through its exploration. And soon enough, you're a master at using the knight's entire kit. If you were able to see it from the beginning, it might look overwhelming. I mean, learning any skill at the beginning can look so challenging. But what you don't realize is that every step you take forward adds a new ability to your kit. If you want to do something, but feel overwhelmed, just realize every single person has to start somewhere. Even if you don't know anything about what you want to get into, it's one step at a time, one project after another. Soon enough, you won't believe all the abilities you've added to your toolset.
Oh man.
Cuphead is a one-of-a-kind game, and I'm sure many of you have very strong feelings towards it. Whether you hated it or loved it, you have to say it definitely captured gamers everywhere. If you played Cuphead, I'm sure you're acquainted with just how much you die in this game. You start up a boss just to get immediately destroyed. You learn their attack patterns. Dodge, weave, shoot, and then you get their health down enough to get to that next phase where they have an entirely different attack pattern now, and you get completely destroyed, getting set back to the beginning. This trial and error is an integral part of the gameplay.
But, who really wants to do all that? Making mistakes is hard. It fills a person with doubt, dread. It tanks self-confidence. It makes someone just want to turn it all off and quit. Succumb to the voice in your head that tells you you aren't good enough. Get a job you hate. Live a life you hate. always wonder what could have been. Every mistake is just a temporary defeat. Every temporary defeat teaches you something new. When I lose to the Ribian Croak's punch and attack, I see the pattern and will come in, and next time, I'll be sure to be ready to dodge the exact pattern. Then when I get to the second phase, I get tossed by the fan. What do? Get mad at myself for being defeated by something I could never see coming? Doubt my ability to learn from this experience? Next time I know to walk towards it. Now, imagine my brain when I first saw the slot machine phase. I had no idea what I'm to face next. Could I really be upset about failing my first ever attempt? No. I will face it time after time. I will see temporary defeat time after time. I will learn time after time. And soon enough, these frog boys won't know what hit them. Even after defeating them, I hunger for more knowledge. I defeat them faster, with less mistakes, more precision. These frogs don't learn from their mistakes, only I do. With time, it only makes sense that I will perfect their every movement. Boom! A+. I never took no for an answer. Never took a defeat and told myself it was pointless. I never doubted myself for one damn moment, and neither should you. Mistakes hurt. Never take a defeat and identify with that. Life is a game where you will fall down. Get up before the never-ending challenges swallow you whole. Challenge yourself. Don't be afraid of your mistakes. After all, it's all our first time doing this life thing. We're, bound to make mistakes, aren't we?
Of course, it's impossible to talk about difficult games without talking about the one and only Dark Souls. Dark Souls is one of those games that a lot of people look at and write off immediately. Sure, maybe the idea has crossed their mind. Maybe they have fantasized about being a person that plays Dark Souls. But time after time, they tell themselves it's not for them. Why would they choose a game they know they wouldn't be able to complete? One day, though, they crack. Every other game has become a chore to them. They're tired of telling themselves they aren't good enough. They pick up the game, they try to beat the first boss, and they get crushed. Over and over again. They spend hours just to rage quit and swear off the game. But every once in a while, they still hear its call. Soon enough, the game gets picked up again. This time, things feel a bit easier, but unfortunately, they fall again. Tell themselves, this really is the last time. It goes on like this for a long time. You find that fire, that spark. Something that takes you away from the tedium of your everyday life. After your real job, you start to work on that project. You have failed time after time to take something off the ground, but your passion keeps calling to you. No matter how many times you fail, the project calls out to you, begging you to finish what you have begun. And once you have failed thousands of times, after you have made the 1,000th stupid mistake, everything starts to fall in place. You've learned, you've grown. And your passion becomes more and more the focus of your life until it engulfs you entirely. Will you accept its call? You open the game one more time. You slay boss after boss, leaving your previous identity behind as someone who isn't good enough. It's readily apparent to you now that you have what it takes. You meet with the Lord of Cinders, a reflection of your past self. Are you ready to leave your ashes behind and rise to a phoenix? Because it is your damn time. Or, maybe the next try, right?